Tonight's broadcast is made possible by a generous donation from the Berkeley Heights 5K charity road race and fitness walk. To learn more, go to berkeleyheightsfivek.com.
Welcome to This Week in Berkeley Heights, brought to you in part by thealternativepress.com, Berkeley Heights' daily online newspaper, owned and operated by local residents. I'm Michael Shapiro, owner and publisher of thealternativepress.com and member of the Rotary Club of Berkeley Heights. Each week, This Week in Berkeley Heights will bring you a roundup of the latest news in Berkeley Heights and a look ahead at events around town. Later on in this broadcast, in our community segment, we will speak with Derek Mittag from the Judith G. Wharton Music Center in Berkeley Heights, and during our business segment, Dr. Patrick Smith from Smith Chiropractic, Family Care, and Sports Injury Center. On Tuesday evening, March 20th, more than 150 people gathered at the Summit Medical Group in Berkeley Heights for the first annual Docs Who Shave Their Locks event. The event was spearheaded by Dr. Alex Noy, who is merely doing what he does best, offering care and consolation to someone in need. Quote, "There's nothing more frightening for a parent than to be told your child has cancer," said Noy, who got involved when the son of a friend was diagnosed. "There is also nothing more inspirational than these children and young adults fighting and succeeding in their battle. As physicians, we have a unique opportunity and responsibility to our patients and the community. If a simple symbolic act of shaving our heads can bring some good to the fight against cancer, then bring it. We can all do more, help more, and be better every day." Reaching their goal of well over $20,000, Noy said, "We can all encourage others to do a bit more for their family, friends, and those less fortunate. I'm exceedingly proud of the contributions we all made to the St. Baldrick's Foundation." Worldwide, more than 160,000 children are diagnosed with cancer each year. It remains the leading cause of death by disease among children in the United States. With only 4% of all federal cancer research funding dedicated to pediatric cancer research, St. Baldrick's grant funds are critical to continue the battle against the devastating disease. Since the Foundation's first grants as an independent charity in 2005, it has funded over $78 million in childhood cancer research. The Suburban Chamber of Commerce honored outstanding business and community leaders at its second annual Service Awards dinner on Thursday night at the Grand Summit Hotel. Entitled Tying the Communities Together, the event brought together community leaders in all three towns served by the Suburban Chamber: Summit, New Providence, and Berkeley Heights. Chair of the Chamber, John Rossellini of Overlook Medical Center, said, "The Chamber is proud to be a vibrant member of the three communities we serve. One way the Chamber gives back to our communities is by honoring the organizations and businesses that serve our communities so well." The Summit Area YMCA received the Public Service Organization Award, which was presented by John Blassie, partner at Lindaberry, McCormick, Estabrook, and Cooper. The award is to recognize an organization which has consistently performed services within our communities or has achieved or carried out one or more outstanding events or projects during the previous year. Accepting the award on behalf of the YMCA were Darrell Johnson, CEO, and Donna Miller, chair of the YMCA's Board of Trustees. Beth Welsh of Bassett Associates presented the Public Service Award to Assemblyman John Bramnick. The award recognizes an outstanding, well-rounded citizen who lives or works in our communities and has demonstrated exemplary services by way of volunteerism and community involvement. Mort O'Shea, president of Hilltop Community Bank, introduced Investors Bank, and Kevin Cummings, president of Investors Bank, as the Business of the Year, an award that recognizes a business or business people who has operated a respected business in our communities for at least 5 years. The business should be recognized for outstanding practices, products, and/or services. Involvement in the community is looked upon favorably. Cummings, who joined the bank 9 years ago, said that the 4 C's guide Investors Bank: character, commitment, cooperation, and community, and that the bank is based on serving others. "We aim to be leaders who serve, not self-serving leaders," Cummings said. Cummings told thealternativepress.com, "It's a real honor for the bank to receive this award because it shows we are living one of our core values of serving the community, trying to do what's right for our customers, our employees, and the community we serve." McGrath's Hardware in New Providence received the Beautification Award, which recognizes a person, business, property owner, or organization which has made significant improvements to a site that enhance the appearance and general look of the property and our community. John Rossellini recognized former Summit Mayor Jordan Glatt with the President's Award, which is given as a special recognition by the chairman of the Suburban Chamber of Commerce to a person, business, or organization that has demonstrated outstanding leadership in providing services to its surrounding communities. Karen Olson of Family Promise was presented with the Silver Service Award by Cassandra Romas of Boris Properties. The award recognizes a private citizen or public servant who has served at least 25 years in multiple volunteer organizations and/or on community boards or committees and has demonstrated a long-time dedication and devotion to the community. Family Promise is a national interfaith nonprofit organization started here in Union County and committed to helping homeless families nationwide achieve lasting independence. Berkeley Heights resident Kelly Pantone, a board member of the Suburban Chamber of Commerce and the director of marketing and membership at Basking Ridge Country Club, told thealternativepress.com, as an area resident, it is with a tremendous sense of pride that our family has had the privilege of raising our children in an area surrounded by communities comprised of such an exemplary blend of caring residents, nonprofits, and businesses who all share a unique vision for making a difference. The school tax rate for the 2012-2013 school year will be even lower than expected. School Board President John Sincaglia said at the Thursday, March 22nd board meeting that the owner of the average home assessed at $307,599 will save about $16 off of last year's tax bill. He previously estimated the savings at about $12 when the budget was introduced on March 1st. School Board Secretary and Business Administrator Donna Felizzola said, "This is the first time we've had a tax decrease." The change came about on March 5th, after the budget was introduced. That day, the board learned that pension contributions for non-teaching personnel would fall by $86,592 instead of increasing by 8% as anticipated and as history led the board to estimate. Board members at the March 22nd meeting decided to split the extra money, allotting $43,000 to additional tax relief and the remainder to purchase additional iPads and hire temporary personnel at a cost of about $10,000 to help the custodial staff this summer. After some number crunching during the meeting, Felizzola said the total budget will be $45.7 million, up from last year's $41.9 million. The amount to be raised from taxes will be $37.1 million, down from both last year, which was $37.7 million, and the previous estimate for 2012-2013, which was $37.2 million. In 2012-2013, improvements include a new elementary reading program, an additional third-grade teacher, additional classroom technology and increased bandwidth, the return of a fully funded middle school sports program, a special education supervisor because many special education classes are being brought in district, $325,000 added to the Capital Reserve Fund. Class sizes will return to prior levels, K through first, a maximum of 20 students, grades 2 through 3, a maximum of 22 students, and grades 4 through 5, a maximum of 24 students. More teaching professional development to sign with a new evaluation system, new core curriculum standards, and bullying curriculum. Maintenance projects and classroom upgrades that have not been done for the past few years. The budget passed unanimously. The board also congratulated the Governor Livingston girls basketball team for being county champs. They went 26-2 during the season and 5-0 during the county championships. Also, the board announced that the new football coach for next season is Gary Labisco. Labisco comes from Dunellen High School, where he was the assistant coach for 11 years. His annual stipend will be determined after new salary guides and stipends have been established. His predecessor, Terry Hanratty, who was not reappointed, made $10,791 this year. We'll be right back after this short commercial break to speak with Derek Mittag from the Judith G. Wharton Music Center.
"7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to This Week in Berkeley Heights. Joining me in the studio is Derek Mittag, Executive Director of the Judith G. Wharton Music Center and the New Jersey Youth Symphony. Derek, welcome.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to have you on the show. I was wondering if you could give us a little bit of a history about the Wharton Center.
The Judith Wharton Music Center is a 26-year-old organization. It was founded by our founder, Judy Wharton, who still serves on the board, but she has long departed as its original executive director. And the center was founded on the principles of opportunity and access to the arts. And what she had mothered, if I was going to say fathered, but mothered, was the idea that we could provide music lessons early, childhood music education, and later on dance and theater to students of all ages and backgrounds. Here in this area, we provide programs in underserved, underprivileged communities, as well as access to homes and to residents that may not be able to get to a performing arts center or may not be able to get to a school. So this would include hospitals, nursing homes, some neighborhood houses, community centers, and the like. Currently, we draw from about 5 counties, some 1,500 students annually, but our programs serve throughout northern and the middle part of New Jersey, some maybe 10,000 students. So we have programs from early toddler all the way to senior citizens.
That's great. And you know, when people talk about the arts, it's pretty broad. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the different programs that you offer at Wharton.
This is performing arts, so we're talking specifically those arts in music, in theater, in voice, and in dance. And our center really focuses on the three, the music, the theater, and the dance exclusively. Our instrumental programs cover all instruments and all genres. We have jazz, we have rock. Of course, we have a long history with the Western classical tradition, as our feeder programs tend to go into the Youth Symphony, the New Jersey Youth Symphony. And then with our musical theater programs, we prepare students for auditions on Broadway, off-Broadway. We have several students that have gone on to star in Billy Elliot. It was one of the big hits. But it's focused on the craft and the practice, especially the discipline that it takes to be a performer today. A lot of the students that come in just because their parents want them to try something, but they discover that they have either an interest or a passion for it and start becoming regular attendees to the programs. And
I know the Wharton Center is always having a lot of different events. I was wondering if you might be able to talk about a couple of upcoming events that are happening at the center.
The big one that's coming up is the one that we rally around annually, and it's kind of a evergreen with our organization. But since this year is a big combination year, we're merging with the New Jersey Youth Symphony, and that's going to start the core of a state youth arts campus. And we're looking at building upon that momentum to draw other like-minded organizations to this area. The gala this year is featuring the Juilliard Jazz Orchestra, and it's going to be held on April 21st in Summit. We have, as well as our honorees this year, will be the artistic director for the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra, Jacques Lacombe, and we'll have some other celebrity guests that are going to be surprise visitors for this year's gala. But that's April 21st. That's the big one. And then we have, if you look on our website of upcoming programs, an amazing concert at the final season period for the New Jersey Youth Symphony, which the On Trio, which is a really world-renowned piano trio, going to be performing a world premiere with the Youth Symphony at Rutgers University, and that one's May 18th. That's going to be definitely a sold-out event.
And how can people get more information either about the gala or the other event? What's the best way for people to find out information?
Easiest way is to type in the Wharton Music Center or the New Jersey Youth Symphony. You'll find in either one of those websites calendar of events, which easily tell people where to buy tickets. We make it very easy. People can buy tickets online. Most of the events at the center, though, are at the community center level are free. And a lot of people don't know, what the resources are there. We have Grammy Award-winning artists coming through our doors every week. In fact, this morning we had Glenn Velez and Lori Kotler out here doing some programs for the schools in our area, and they're free.
And where is the Wharton Center located for people who might want to come to the location?
It's in Berkeley Heights, 60 Locust Avenue. We're just off of Snyder, up from Springfield Avenue. And very easy. It's a friendly neighborhood right across from the community pool.
And is there anything else that I haven't asked you about that you might like to mention to our readers and our viewers tonight?
Do you take a musical instrument lesson? Do you take any, study any kind of instruments at all?
I actually took piano when I was really little.
Any desire to return?
I think one day I will, when I have some time, yeah.
There are a lot of adults that take lessons. It's not, music lessons are not just for children. We have a very rich adult community of musicians. So.
Well, that's great to know. Well, Derek, I just want to thank you for being here today and joining us on This Week in Berkeley Heights.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Next up on This Week in Berkeley Heights, I'll be speaking with Dr. Patrick Smith.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to This Week in Berkeley Heights. Joining me in the studio is Dr. Patrick Smith of Smith Chiropractic, Family Care, and Sports Injury Center. Dr. Smith, welcome.
Great to be here, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the history of Smith Chiropractic, how it came about, and...
Well, I'm in my 23rd year in practice here in Berkeley Heights. I was an associate of various levels at the Berkeley Heights Chiropractic Center, which no longer exists in Berkeley Heights. And 8 years ago, I started my own practice here in town, Smith Chiropractic.
Can you talk a little bit about the services that you offer? I know in past times I've spoken with some of your patients where you've really been able to help them with various ailments that they've had.
Yeah, well, the type of work that we do, I run a dual type practice. I run a family care center. So, I treat infants through, 70, 80, 90, 100-year-old patients, providing, the traditional chiropractic care, back care, neck care, but we do a whole lot more. Let me give you an example of, last week, the type of things I've seen. Saw a ski racer that got a whiplash and concussion. We're helping him. Another gentleman who was skiing out west and hit too many moguls, and his head was over here and his body was over here, and he couldn't really function or breathe properly. Another patient came in with a rib that was out of place, and when your rib goes out of place, this is one of those chiropractic miracle stories. Someone comes in and they're bent over and they physically can't breathe. And we adjust the rib back into place, give them a little physiotherapy, a couple of exercises. They literally get up off the table, they can breathe normally again, and they're like, the color comes back to their face, and they leave, functioning almost at a near normal level. And I also run a sports injury practice. I'm an athlete from way back. I played a lot of sports all the way through chiropractic school, so I really understand the demands that are placed upon athletes and understand how to get them back to their maximum potential and for them to excel at whatever they do. We saw last week baseball players, soccer, lacrosse players, tennis elbow, plantar fasciitis for runners and dancers, knee injuries. So we do treat a whole host of problems other than your traditional sore back and sore neck conditions.
Now, in addition to your practice, I know you're also really involved in the community. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your
I am. I come from a really civically minded family. So 16 years ago, I started a small nonprofit foundation, the Smith Chiropractic Foundation. And each year we host the Berkeley Heights 5K Charity Road Race and Fitness Walk. This year, a little selfless promotion. On September 16th, God willing, we'll have our 16th annual Berkeley Heights 5K Charity Road Race and Fitness Walk with free fun runs for kids that are ages 2 through 11. So we're really proud of what we've been able to do with this. We've raised, in 15 years, we've raised over $100,000 and given it back to the community in various ways through all types of community-based organizations, nonprofit organizations. So all that information is on our website for berkeleyheigts5k.com. You can go and see what we're all about. I'm also, as a business owner and a business guy in town, I'm the vice chairman of the Suburban Chamber of Commerce, responsible for Berkeley Heights, and we're working on programs with Mayor Joe Bruno. I was emailing him today. We're working with the business community, the schools, providing scholarships, providing all kinds of opportunities, new teacher luncheon for all the teachers here in the school system. So we're trying to really branch out for the business community and realize that the business community is here to help the residents and all the civic organizations in town. You know, we're happy to help sponsor the show here as well.
That's great. And I was wondering if you can tell people where you're located, how best to contact you?
It's simple. I'm on Snyder Avenue in a 1923 bungalow-style original Berkeley Heights house. It's actually a perfect building for a chiropractor because it's one of the most crooked houses you'll ever see, so everybody always gets a kick out of that. But it's a real warm, you know, wraparound porch, fireplace in the lobby. It's a very warm and inviting place, windows in all the rooms, a lot of great light, a lot of great air. Everyone is always very, very comfortable there. We're right across from the entrance to Stop and Shop, so it's easy to find us.
And what's your website?
Our website is simple, drpatricksmith.com, drpatricksmith.com. And we have lots of good stuff on there, articles, self-help, our blog. We have a allergy blog coming up. We have a green drink blog coming up that's really, I think, going to be very interesting and a simple way for people to get more fruits and vegetables in their diet every day, which will improve their health. So, you know, with chiropractic, we just don't focus on the back and the neck. We focus on the whole person. So, you know, I'm constantly showing people how to do exercises. We're talking about their diet and making sure they're getting some good nutrients. We're talking about stress reduction. We're trying to treat the whole person and not just their back.
And is there anything that we haven't talked about here today that you'd like to mention to our viewers tonight?
No, just that, you know, at Smith Chiropractic, you know, you get me. You get a small chiropractic feel, a small office feel, a dedicated staff. You have a problem, we take care of it immediately. You know, a quick example. Saturday, I was leaving the office. You know, we work a pretty long day on Saturday, usually till about 6-ish, from 7 in the morning till 6. I was physically walking out the door with my work bag that I take home to do some paperwork over the weekend, and a patient called who had just come back from a college visit with his daughter. He'd been on the car for 8 hours. You know, his neck was all jammed up. He was very uncomfortable. He had a business trip to take today. He called. You know, we were shut down, but my office manager fielded the call. She ran out in the parking lot and got me and said, "Hey, Pat, you know, one of your patients needs you. Come on back in." And I turned right around. We came in. I waited 20 minutes for him. He came in. We took care of him. He was much better, and he gave me a call today and said he was great going out to his trip. So that's the kind of personalized attention that we can provide with a small office feel, a nice local, you know, hometown feel.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Smith, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Mike. It was great to be here.
Absolutely. This has been This Week in Berkeley Heights, brought to you in part by thealternativepress.com, Berkeley Heights' locally owned and operated online daily newspaper. Special thanks to the Berkeley Heights Communications Committee and the Governor Livingston TV crew for their hard work and dedication in making this show happen. And thank you to you, our viewers. For these and other local news stories, visit thealternativepress.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sign up on thealternativepress.com to receive your Berkeley Heights news in your email inbox. Have a news tip or suggestion? Email editor at thealternativepress.com or call 908-279-0303. Until next time, for thealternativepress.com, I am Michael Shapiro.
Tonight's broadcast is made possible by a generous donation from the Berkeley Heights 5K charity road race and fitness walk. To learn more, go to berkeleyheigts5k.com.